Welcome, guys, to Medication is Bullshit Level 3. I have done 3 other videos that have reached Level 3, and finally, this one did as well, because I started tripping and realizing they can just do anything. I mean, your brain contains all the connections to your body, and usually the way problems are solved is by cutting those connections off, giving you brain damage, and sustaining that brain damage so you don't ever heal it back and you become addicted in a way, or like dependent on medication, because the moment a brain tries to heal your brain damage, you will start doing weird things, basically. So, yes. This, it goes even further. All these 3 level 3 things combine themselves into like Super Power Ranger, greatest cake of all time we have ever seen. The evil is now uniting and leveling up. When I talk about bullshit, I put my life on the line. Just by knowing the truth, I have to be prepared to fight against it. You know, sometimes knowing the truth is not enough. The truth tries to kill you, and tries to make itself, disappear as well as it tries to do that. It's either gonna die, which is exactly what it wants, or kill you, which is completely fine because truth can just manipulate itself to be a lie again. Luckily for me, the only thing that's killed is my viewership and my channel and my relevancy, so I'm gonna be fine. Alright? I'm gonna put up a fight, and hopefully this truth is not gonna ruin my life. Alright? NoFap, rejection, and boredom. They fall into place very quickly. Funny enough, medication should go here. Alright? So this is where rejection goes? Interesting. Yeah. We're gonna create a monstrosity. And God knows what's gonna happen. Iron Golem, they hit hard, man. These creatures hit hard. So I'm gonna put NoFap here, absolutely. The greatest bullshit cake of all time. Alright. No joke, level 3 is pretty high. Pretty high level at this point. Nothing has reached level 4 yet. Probably for a good reason. Alright? Maybe it requires a whole nother level of bullshit. Or a combination of, more chemistry to put in there. Alchemy. I would prefer. Boredom. Perfect little girls. Chemical X. This is it, man. This is it. The only reason why you need Chemical X is you need a supervillain to create superheroes. Alright? Because supervillains don't actually exist and they have to exist naturally. Only then you can create superheroes that break down the nonsense that we have to live with for so long. I believe medication goes here. Funny enough, I think medication has become a burning mechanism to your brain and to your hormone system and all over the place. I think it's not about rejection. It's about actually controlling your power level. Putting you into a jail mode, even in your own comfort zone, even in your own home. I'll have to go back all the way into history. The first bullshit video I've ever done is basically medication is bullshit. For obvious reasons. Because I came out of this whole system of trying to force medication onto people. Literally force. There's no consent anymore. If I do a crime, I can, be forced to serve time. Alright? I should still be able to do whatever I want if I say no it goes against my consent. All right. I should still, get food, get a shelter, get protection from other people, all that basic stuff. But I have to like sit with my thoughts, and it shouldn't take up years and years to do so. And even better if you would be able to have a contact to the outside world. It shouldn't be that difficult. Even a few messages, something to think about, right? You have to have materials to think about. You have to have not just food, but food for your entire body. So it involves brain too. But we're not going to talk about jail. All right? Even though it's sort of relevant, it might pop up. So I'm just warming up the subject as well. And then we have rejection. Or ignorance. Whatever, right? People being actually cold. Medication is something very, very hot. You must understand, it's a hot topic. It's a hot delivery. Every single day you have to care about it. It burns a lot of things in your brain when you do that. Also forcing yourself out every single time out of bed. It's all about burning you. It's like go back to school moment. And potentially there's a whole realm, the dream world, that when you drink medication, you go to that dream world and you get dreams about school. Because I have those. And it seems like they're holding me hostage in that spiritual way, right? Like I sit here and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with all these classmates over and over again? Like, what is going on? Because people like, through the dream world, you get sent intentions. And it's also very important to actually break down and believe in your dreams, especially if you get into a jail system where all you get is the dreams, and those are being tried to suppress because, again, your body just doesn't know if you're a human being anymore when you're so drugged out. You just don't know. And, you must understand, there's a TikTok thing floating around in Philadelphia, basically being highlighted, that there's like a zombie apocalypse. People are so drugged out on their own will that they look like zombies. They literally can't do shit. The only question is like, how do they survive looking like that, or is this some kind of act? Because it's too complicated to make it into an act. Like, the drug addicts are everywhere in America. I just don't know if America exists, I don't know that, because people don't talk to me, and people are not proud of their heritage, basically. If you talk to a Lithuanian, they would be somewhat proud of their country and what it is, kind of. Like, it's a small thing in Europe, but, I mean, we're all connected. We had to suffer Russia's suppression, all that. There's a little bit of history that we're all connected to. Obviously, everything is fading away, but it's a thing. So, we have a whole cake. We have to unpack it somehow. There's something to it, right? There's something to it, but I probably won't be able to understand it until I finish. The level 3 of medication is bullshit. And like, this introduction already is like crazy. Like, the dream world itself also attacks you. Yes. This fire thing cannot be underestimated. The dream world probably just hacked into the Matrix and stole the idea of medication, and now it flipped upside down, where doctors are supposed to give you medication, but that's not the case. Doctors just prescribe medication. They just confirm to you that it's good, but medication itself, the way it behaves, it's a whole nother beast altogether. Alright? In fact, if we want to talk about beasts, well, another person who shows up in my dreams a lot is Mr. Beast. And technically, he seems to be like a decent person, doesn't interfere in suspicious ways whatsoever, doesn't really try to connect either. just tries to do his own thing. And hang out with his friends, basically. But it just appears in my dreams somehow. And probably not a coincidence, I am supposed to be YouTube CEO. I just don't get paid. Alright? You can do whatever you want, you're just not going to get paid. You're not going to get resources or approval. And you will feel like you're not that thing because you don't get approval. But for me, I live my own life. This is what Europe is all about, is crafting your own identity in here. But you can also craft your own mental illness at the same time. And it's scary, very scary to me because I'm left alone. I want to help people, like genuinely help people. But it feels like I can't really reach out to them. What I have to do is improve myself as fast as possible until people will have to just fall on their knees to get help from me. And all I will be able to deliver is just a little bit of advice. Just give them, 1 minute of fame. Because it's too difficult. It's too difficult to help in a massive way. In a way that actually is helpful. And at the same time, you collect stars for helping people. Basically, police is gonna try and pursue you. And other agencies, especially the government agencies, that will feel discomfort that you even exist. That you're more helpful than the government, so they will always want to ask questions and pursue you. Like, I've learned a lot more since the level 2 and 1. You can watch back to those videos and see how much I have improved simply because people stopped bothering me with their garbage, And I still can't say, the thing. I do drink medication. I'm not going to say what kind of medication, but I drink it. I have to do it every day. Wink, wink, every day. But I want to save my mom from this. My mom is just literally just paralyzed in her bed. She's somewhat active and acts like a normal human being, so it's not too suspicious. But what makes me suspicious is that she's getting fat, she's reading all these side effects alongside with me, and just it's shocking how many of these there are that make no sense. You can even get sudden death from medication. Sudden death. Alright? Make sense of that. I talked about it, I believe, in level 2. So let's rewind. Alright, the introduction is over. We have to rewind. First, let's put some clues in there, alright? Because those things have evolved a little bit. I thought about these a little bit. Maybe rejection not so much. Maybe I rejected rejection already. Wrongfully so. I actually reject... I am doing a purge. So, yeah, just some clues of what happened in my life that made me feel like these are, in fact, bullshit things. Alright, I had to use a little bit of rejection, just a little bit, just to make sure that they feel like they're losing something, but they're not. People on my Discord. So there's a reason to complain or whatever. There's a reason to act and get back the things that you own, right? If the thing's slowly being taken away from you and you have no self-esteem to take them back, you will never get them back. It's just, that's how it works. It's not even theft, it's just Discord belongs to me, I can do whatever I want. And people will bring up rules and say that they're supposed to be safe and they're supposed to own this ability to just enter and leave however they want. But the reality is, no. I am managing this. I'm building up this Disneyland level of Discord. And people who don't need it will not get the ticket. Alright? I don't take money. I just take effort. And I just take genuine, appreciation for my work. That's it. Then you truly need it because you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention, if you're not an interesting person, no one needs you here. All right, there's no needs floating around and telling you to be in control of this Discord with your eyeballs at least, being able to see everything. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna bother with that. So that's the purge. The nofap is obviously self-simulation. Not even sex simulation, just self-simulation. Just overall an experience of just collecting things, looking at things, appreciating things, and trying to squeeze out something that's inside you. It's I always ask, like, can you like fake cry? Can you fake laugh? It's not easy to get all these emotions out, so you kind of just self-simulate whenever you want and ejaculate on everything. You know, it's actually a precious thing that you can perform onto yourself, and it feels good. So it should reinforce you to do it, unless you're a goddamn Jew that got circumcised. Then you have to declare war on people who did that. All right, and you have to find another way. Circumcision actually enhances your sexual abilities to like have actual sex because you cannot masturbate that easily, I imagine. And it's very hurtful to know. But these are the clues for medication is bullshit too, because circumcision is a way to remove something from your body. The same way medication does. You just don't know, you know? You don't know what gets removed because it's all in your head that gets removed. Medication will never create things. It will always take things away from you. It will burn those things out of your brain. All right? If you have a bad habit with your hand, it will try to numb your hand down to the point where you can't really use it, but hey, you cannot abuse it either. You know, usually what medication tends to do is try to make you sleepy. But when you make people too sleepy for no good reason, then the dream world opens up and tries to abuse you with intentions, right? Tries to feed you imagery in your dream world to try and put you, you know, with the wrong people, associate you with the wrong people as if your heart is supposed to belong to those people. So I had a dream today. I licked some medication, bro. Some extra, basically. Let's put it that way. And, like, just a tiny amount. This is not a big deal. But I still had to sleep at the time where I wasn't feeling like I was supposed to go to a full sleep. And I was dreaming two classmates. They're sort of very, very abusive because they're fire elements. And they're not supposed to, you know, get too close to me. I had to be with one fire element being very close as a friend, but like potentially he's the most abusive. And the second fire element that wasn't too interested in abusing me, he was just hanging out with the girls, but he was actively hating on me, basically. For no good reason. I don't know why he's not giving me reasons, right? But that's the whole point, is just to lock you in. And now the tables have switched. The dude that was my friend in the dream world, he's kind of rejected a little bit. And the person who was hating on me now sits next to me and looks at what I'm doing, basically. And it's all just confusing mess all of a sudden. But the two characters that I'm supposed to just delete from the world almost just pop their heads in a way, because fuck these guys, right? They're probably causing a lot of problems. And yes, the dream world. The gates to the dream world. And most people are gonna be like, I can't listen to this because this makes no sense. How is the dream world affecting your day-to-day life? 8 hours every day. You gotta sleep. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sleep 8 hours every day. And the things that get implanted into your brain, I have good memories. I have really, really good memories in my dream world that I don't want to forget. And it works. I don't forget those memories. Whenever Ariana Grande shows up, whenever a big celebrity shows up, holy shit. That is quite a moment. That's a moment that I would want to have in reality, but I can't. So there's certain things you can't have in reality that happens in the dream world, and certain things that you just don't forget because they happen there in the dream world, and it's something that you really want. That's what is called a dream. Something you really want could happen, or something other people really want can happen and turn your dream into a nightmare. If you're a bad person, basically, and you have no way to defend yourself or be productive in society. So this is terrifying to me. This is terrifying because what you think is the bullshit is not the full story. Taking medication is just gonna put you to sleep, and if you don't care about the dream world, you will not care what medication does to you. But the moment you do care, things might get really nasty. Alright? Just by me being aware, I don't know what dream I'm gonna have next. Because they will know that I know. Alright? They will know in the dream world at least. And I'll just have to live with that intention. Because intentions are also probably just creations that other people send to you, but they don't have it themselves. They don't need it. You know, you can send intentions to across the entire world, but you don't need it yourself. You just, you know, there. So yeah, Mr. Beast is getting marketed in my brain as well. Very useful stuff. And I'm sure the moment this video becomes semi-viral, people gonna strategize on how to send intentions to your brain just to advertise certain items or something. That would be hilarious, bro, if they could figure that out. Please don't do that. God damn it. And then there is boredom. Or is there boredom? Well, the boredom surrounds me, right? I see other people being boring and doing boring things and not actually interacting properly and not showing that they're like real people, you know. So, I'm still stuck scraping the bottom. However, I have my ideas. So, I do my ideas, but when it comes to public appearance, I'm scraping the bottom. No one wants to interact with me. No one wants to do anything with me. Unless it's malicious, unless it's very suspicious behavior. Even coming from my friends, they're very suspicious. They're not like neutralizing the threat. They're creating a threat of, I will come to you. Oh, come to me. I'm not scared. Like, that's a threatening move. It makes no sense. So, when it comes to, like, you know, I just gonna say, my friends are super suspicious and silent like everyone else. Like everyone else, they just default into that position all the time. It's the easiest position to default to, but actually is the wrong one. Is the wrong one to default to. If you either have to be slightly malicious or slightly positive, or like, I can't talk to you, I can't do this, I can't do that. You have to do that. If you just default to 0, you're just, you know, creating a boredom aura, an aura of boredom around yourself, and you will never get anywhere in life. This is where you make a winning move. Put a person into silence mode, poke them a little bit every now and then, and if they stay silent, you're winning the game. All right? You're making them bored. Boring as a person to everyone else. It's complicated. Boredom aura, okay? So here we go. The bullshit cake. Self-simulation and emotion appreciation. Because you don't need nothing, alright? The toxic and invasive and quite kind of like twisted as well. Alright, so that's the cake. Can you imagine how far we went building up these things? This is like runes being built. Some crazy shit, god damn it, bro. Alright. And it gets deeper than that, because when you realize that the world is not as it seems, now you have a lot of responsibility to like harvest power. Harvest power just to still be able to survive, because other people are going to do the same thing and are going to try to suppress you. Now you have to harvest power. Technically, me putting out this video is actually a little bit counterproductive to me, but overall, it's just a good relationship to have, because I talk to myself, and you get to peel off that layer of extra fats and put it in your mouth or in your sandwich. All right, whatever you're doing in life, you can put me in the background, and hopefully we're gonna work together just fine, right? So we're not gonna cover any of these. We have to focus on medication, unfortunately, and what it does in the dream world. Apparently, it's very weird. It's really, really weird. And I've heard Dream himself being prescribed like ADHD medication, but he cut that off because now he's like successful. Like, what's wrong with me, right? That is the first move to make. Is always ask, is there something wrong with me? Is there something I'm doing that I'm ashamed of? Or is there something people doing to me? Or is there something I don't have to do? You always have to ask this question. I will always run around the actual problem here. But, it is what it is. So, let's teleport ourselves to medication. Fucking hell. It is last year, actually. Medication is bullshit. We're gonna go from... Actually, also... This... God, what the fuck? Mad. Oh, mad. I should care about the words, too. Level 3, boys. It is quite gonna be a ride, because I want to save people from this shit. I want to help them out. Now, to be a savior doesn't mean you just cut off and turn people into cold turkeys. But it's better. It's better than fading the medication out. Because medication will strengthen itself up. Basically, smaller doses of medication is going to be stronger to you. So it's still going to have a very similar effect, even if you fade out medication. What you have to do is take medication, not take medication, take medication, not take medication, and take medication very slowly, dilute it with water, all that stuff, to make sure that medication has to interact with as much material as possible, like juice, like gluey things, so it breaks down before it even enters your body, before you can even taste it. You're not supposed to taste terrible medication. You have to dilute it. Now, the reason why I know these things, because this is all intuitive. I don't really need science. You live through intuition. You can't live through anything else. You can't live with facts or forced feelings to yourself. And you have to like intuitively pick up on things you can actually do and you can actually say, right? So you must understand where it's all coming from. This is all not only just trustworthy material, but because, it's a honest thing and no one can control me at the moment. When someone will try to control me and try to give me a contract, I will demand that I can talk about the contract. It's a very, very important thing to have. So let's start. All right. So yeah, it's a lot easier to go full turkey, cold turkey. Full cold turkey, no. But only for specific days, right? So every second day, every third day, you can go full turkey, just to see what happens, how your body actually looks when it doesn't receive medication. Probably the next day is gonna be the when the effect happens. So it's you have to keep track of these things, right? You cut your medication, the next day check how you're doing. The same day you can check a little bit if there's an effect. So there's a lot of question marks to ask yourself. To document your behavior. This is a lot of hard work because there was a lot of hard work to create medication. So removing medication from society is just as hard as, someone created something, we have to uncreate something. There's a Statue of Liberty. Well, I have freedom to drop a bomb on it, but I still have to make the bomb, or buy it, or find it, So, no more statue for you. Is this liberty? I can destroy it if I want, right? That's how it works. Hopefully. And no one should be, upset about it. If anything, Statue of Liberty is the most destroyable object on the planet, I would say. Never sign a contract or agree to a contract, but just let's put it in awake terms. Never sign a contract that you can't talk about. This is the worst thing you can do to yourself. What does this has to do with medication? I don't know. Medication is still a contract, though, technically, and you have to be able to talk about it. Sometimes you just don't want to talk about it. But if it comes up in a conversation, you have to say you're taking medication for this and this and that. If you can't talk about it, if you literally are so ashamed to talk about it, that's also a contract that you're not supposed to have. If there's a contract you can't talk about, you have to remove it as fast as possible. And there are contracts like that running around. And we're talking about money here. Medication is all about money. It's not about cool things happening to you, okay? Medication will never make you cool in any way. No one thinks medication is actually like a cool thing, all right? It does not give you extra abilities. I was amongst those people who take medication. Do they have enhanced anything whatsoever? What is being sold, all right? What are you being sold? Is that I can control myself, or that people can't control themselves without pills, right? Getting off the pill is a thing that Nigahiga promotes, which is promotes in an insecure way of I have this insecurity, I want to talk about it. So Nigahiga also has to be appreciated in this case because he sneaks in like a ninja, and he's ready to fight, hopefully, because there's a big enemy up ahead. But technically, we don't have to tackle the entire enemy. We just have to tackle the dream world where the bad things are happening to me personally. All right, because it gets very scary. I did get the feeling of I can't wake up, and this is the scariest thing you can have. I can't wake up and it feels uncomfortable, right? But I didn't focus on that feeling. I just it's a dream. I don't care. I can do whatever I want. Sometimes I get lost in dreams. That gets a little bit annoying. There's a lot of weird stuff, but mostly the reoccurring thing is the relationship with classmates, which is the weirdest thing. They're probably gonna start colluding with each other the moment I start cutting them off from my dream world and replacing them with something else. Already, Ariana Grande infiltrated my class one time, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Nobody noticed that. She was like, all right, I like Linkin Park, guys. Oh, she's a completely normal person, yeah. Talking about dead people. It's yeah, spread that around, Ariana. Really good stuff. And she's gonna have her birthday and everything. Level 30, boys. That's a big one. It's a big milestone. Let's not forget that. And let's not forget her rival, Taylor Swift, is encroaching on her subscriber amount. Holy shit. Taylor never dies. Is she like the most subscribed singular person that happens to be a woman? Is Taylor Swift number one in that case? Could technically will be number one. I have question marks because I know Blackpink is like higher with 86 million or something, but these are not like singled out girls. They're a team, and we need to work as a team as well. So there's a lot of that going on. I hate to have dreams about classmates, especially fire elements. They're potentially creating this firewall against, me being able to access the other classmates. I even saw Ariana not just infiltrate my classmates, but she was like playing chess against the classmate that is now sitting next to me in the dream from today basically was sitting next to me, and I was supposed to like find a ship in my notes or something. There were a lot of ships displayed, and like I had to find a ship. For me, a ship is relationship. It's the only ship that I have, but I still had it. I still had a good copy. You never know, like, dreams are not under your control. Whatever dream happens to give you is like a lot of weird things that are really, really meaningful. But only you can understand the meaning. You must understand. You can only you can understand or craft the meaning. You can still talk about it, but only you gonna like truly feel what it means. And Ariana was just like playing chess against the dude, and it's like neither of them know how to play chess is the funniest thing. But to me, Ariana felt so competent that I even asked her questions of like, how do I do my opening? I should have just went with it, but my heart just kind of stopped on that point. But I realize it feels like asking Ariana what the opening should look like. That is such the biggest thing. Like, it would blow up the internet because I would know the Ariana Grande opening in chess. That would be hilarious, bro. I would love that. I would love that to create that with her in a dream world. If that happens again, I'll have to take an opportunity. But usually what Dream World does is when you feel like you have an opportunity, it just gives you something else entirely. You can't wish for things. It's never like that. So yeah, thanks Ari for showing up and playing chess. Oh my god, showing up. Now it's 1. When she wore orange, I kissed her on the cheek is 2. Infiltrating classmates is 3. Showing up on a mirror through Selena conjuring up all the Powerpuff Girls is 4, and now playing chess is 5. So basically 5 times, and I remember all of them, and now it's getting harder. This is why you don't ask for people to reoccur in dreams over and over again, because you have to remember everything, and it gets harder, man. You have to almost remember it by heart. Those are the things you have to remember, not the ones in school. This is why school is like hacking your system, basically. Because it adds you memories that you don't care about. It asks you to remember formulas and chemistry and all these scientific bullshit that you don't need as a child, definitely. Like, I might need a little bit of that, but as an adult, I like need 1% of everything they talk about, and it's still like, I can work around it, so I don't truly need it. You know, it's a terrifying thing. Absolutely, we have to talk about that too. So now you have to question yourself. You made it this far, and we're not even talking about medication. We're talking about the dream world being invasive, because the only thing medication can truly do is just to put you into sleep, put you into a paralysis mode, because your brain got damaged, so the brain is trying to repair itself. You know, but now because your brain is trying to repair itself desperately, a lot of malicious intentions are gonna come in. You know, even if you're safe in your home, the intentions are still there. People can still interact with you, and people can still be evil to you if they want to. So you have to be able to handle that shit with precision of how much you can actually handle when it comes to medication. Because the moment you will focus on your dream world, the moment you're aware, it gets holy fucking 10 times worse than it is, or 10 times better. Whichever place you're at, it's gonna get worse or better. If you're at 0 and you don't remember dreams, well, they're gonna get more vivid, that's for sure, and they will keep at 0. But the moment you lean on something, things gonna get very intense. So, yeah, I still can hardly recover that we're talking mostly about dreams. But it is what it is. Let's, yeah, medication, fucking. We need the second part too. I don't know how it's called. I need to find it. You can see it's the very first thing, because my friend was like, kind of taking real estate, I would say. I would delete it. But I give my friends the benefit of existence, you know. It's not a big deal. You get to exist. Congratulations. But I can delete it anytime. I'm just saying. I could also reorganize, because there's a lot of like empty space I could just squeeze all together, so it doesn't feel very gappy in here. In fact, I believe Discord has updated the way it creates gaps, so things are even more gappy than they used to be. Like every 8 minutes, it seems like it forces a gap, or like every 10 minutes. It just forces a gap. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's very not cool at all. Like, should this be a gap? Doesn't seem so, but it was forced. It's disgusting. I think it's 8 minutes though. Funny enough. You can see there's a 3-minute gap. So there was plenty of time to just turn this into an 8 minutes. To where like 6:12 is where the gap began, but I only posted at 6:14. It's very technical stuff, but I don't know why. Why 8-minute gap? Why not 10? What's going on? Discord is becoming shady, man. Even just by this alone. But, like, back in the day, I didn't have this problem. You must understand. So now we're gonna go to Oh. Did we went down? Alright, so the very, very beginning, and we also have to find the second part as well. The best way to find things, if you can't do this, by searching, I will look into my thumbnails now. I should be able to find a thumbnail that depicts that idea, right? A pretty weird thing could be happening where I actually didn't post level 2 somehow. But I remember it very vividly making that thing. So it has to be there, right? I actually can check another note. It has to be there. It just has to be there. I specifically remember medication level 3 being here. Here it is. Bullshit level 3. So, it's also very, very important to take notes. Very important to take notes, because the dream world will always try to hack you and try to convince you of something else going on. But right now, I don't think I have a specific way of beating these firewall idiots that are keeping me basically hostage. Maybe there's a way I can beat up the other one that's not sitting next to me. Maybe I can make them fight against each other. Because I think that would be possible. There has to... you have to play around with your dreams, and even though they're just dreams, you have to also counter intention. against them, somehow. And it might be quite a complicated move overall, because it results into something crazy as well. This is tough. This is really tough. The other thing I have up my sleeve is the playlist, which you also have access to, so you can save screenshot things and whatnot. Even if I get deleted, you might have something valuable for yourself, so we can also try and search up medication. It's actually happening just once, which is very crazy to me. I don't remember just doing it once. Maybe I have said it in a different way. Maybe I didn't put it in my playlist either. That could also be the case, which is crazy to me. If it's tucked away somehow, but it's still available, like on my channel. There's another thing that super deep dive is searching through here. And even here it doesn't show up. Are you kidding me, bro? Wow. Wait, what? There's not even like medicine is bullshit? I don't know, man. Now it's getting weird. Yeah, unfortunately I can't find any of this stuff besides this. Question. We can work backwards. We can cheat. Cheat the devil. Even though I didn't do the episode 2, I can do it later. Funny enough. Just level down myself. So the video actually exists, and it's very basic. So it's gonna be a remix of an episode that never existed. It still counts. Very much. And that's kind of like a very, very funny thing. It's like, I've talked about medication for so long, in certain ways, that I could compile the episode 2, but I only made 10 points. It's not a big deal if I skip it. But we get to look at the episode number 1 in its entirety, and that's quite a ride it's gonna be. So yeah, medication level 3 too. Well, it will have to be remixed later. Maybe I'll just find better medication. See, the thing is, you can upgrade your medication, you can consult with your doctor, and if I stay in silence, I'll get nothing better. But technically, I can do it myself. I just need better juice, man. Very good juice. Yeah, but a lot of people want to know, what if you don't take medication? What happens then? Maybe not for malicious reasons, but it turns into a malicious reason very quickly because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You just become more sleepy when you take medication, so you know what happens when you don't. Alright, you have more control over your life. Wow, big deal, because that's how it works. For fuck's sake, that's the bullshit that we're talking about. Alright? We can fluffify with the dream world, and we can filter a lot of people out of actually getting to the concept of that medication is just there to kill certain things in your body, to suppress certain type of hormones or all that garbage. Again, it can only take away from you. It cannot create nice things. Medication is not supplements. If you want a supplement, that's food. Food is your supplement. You are what you eat. Yeah, it cannot create new things or give you anything. It can only downgrade or take things away from you. Or most commonly, it will put you to sleep because your body is trying to heal, alright? Into a healing mode. And now it explains why Taylor Swift wants to be a healer. She talked about it in like 47 questions or whatever with Vogue. She said like, I want to be healing people, whatever that means. But I know what it means. Like, you go to sleep and you have good dreams and your body heals. And if Taylor Swift is everywhere and is the most popular person, she will show up and, bring you a little bit of happiness that you're being taken care of. The idea of that. In the dream world, you can have as much as you want, technically. As long as it doesn't turn you into a crazy person and make you think that, well, Taylor Swift actually cares. That's not what's going on. You must have a proper image of her, basically. I probably get rewarded for all the work that I've done because I came from zero, from complete zero. Like, there's no friends, there's no support systems besides government and my mom. Just sort of putting things together. My mom just keeps everything clean, still gets, possessed by a cleaning demon, and has nothing better to do in life. But also she gets stuck in the bed. And again, what inspires this episode, what overflows my frustration about medication is that my mom is potentially like suffering quite a bit, and we don't know until we cut it off, what happens. If she gonna not only recover but also be a wonderful person and lose all her fat because she's just gonna walk around and be more active in general. If you just stuck in the bed, of course you're gonna be sucking up fat and building up fat because you're not doing anything. Usually just walking, breathing, talking, doing all these things, being active is gonna, and just caring about other people and not being isolated. Like, all these things are happening to my mom, and I am really concerned. All right, I'm starting to be concerned, even though it has been happening for a long time. But I'm improving myself, and I have bumped into this problem that overflowed into this episode. So basically, you can tell if a person is healthy or not based on whether they are fat or not. I'm technically like super duper skinny, but you can't say that I'm unhealthy unless I keep making mistakes or I'm like ridiculously insecure and I can't do anything. Technically, I can't. I have no friends, but it's not my fault. I just can't. I can't make friends that easily. Okay, it's not that easy. I don't know how. I'm still coming from a zero, so it's either gonna happen eventually or there's a problem underline, and I believe there's more problems than it seems, but I can still kind of like deal with that, and I can still appear normal if I wanted to. But, the biggest problem that I also have to deal with is that I'm put into the shadows, and there's no one I really like to come out with besides celebrities. The actual girls don't seem that real, the normal ones, or that great. And like worth chasing for. So no, I'm just gonna stay in. Actually, the next video I want to do is like Tinder. So we're gonna look at the girls, local girls, and what the Instagram profiles look like. Because the actual Tinder has nothing to do with anything unless people actually talk. If people talk, then yes, Tinder actually starts working again. But if they don't talk, this is why Twitter works, alright? Twitter works because people want to be toxic and shit, and they want to be anonymous. Oh, that's very easy to do. And the moment someone loses anonymity, they get actually attacked in real life. This is why, it gets weird. Yeah, people can't figure out why to talk on Tinder, and that makes it not a good platform, not useful whatsoever. Alright. Run away from contracts that make you silent or insecure. You have to cut those contracts off. You have to be aware of that shit. Alright? The moment insecurities start to build up and you're not actually earning as much money to battle those insecurities or replace them with something else, then I unfortunately, actually, disorder diagnosis is technically the second level of medication, because I talked about this, right? ADHD, I talked about dream. So we can remix that episode into medication is bullshit level 2. And maybe that would be quite fascinating. Remixing for the first time ever could be happening soon enough, right? Very interesting stuff. It's still gonna be a new episode, obviously. Just layered on top. And labeled as level 2. In terms of searchability. Because the more episodes you make, the more searchability matters more than actually the chronological order of things. You know, that's how life works, man. Or at least YouTube, but I think it's life in general, that's how it works. Alright, so, that in mind, we're diving in to the meat. The very, very first episode of all time. I talked about it being like the first episode when I talked about rejection. And I rejected the medication as first. So I said, like, rejection is first. But don't be fooled. It's also yeah, we have to rename it as well. I believe I renamed the other one. It's funny enough. We don't have to even ask the question anymore. I'm very confident now. So all the stuff builds up, and it's like so nice to see the improvements. As long as you're being a positive human being, then you can look back into your past and look into improvements. If you're now negative human being, like, goddamn Rebecca Black looks weird, then yes, you can't really look back into the past. It's not really that easy for you yourself, because how did I end up like this is the biggest question, right? In your mind. Alright. The earth is flat, guys. I don't take medication and the earth is flat. Don't say that out loud, guys. Bad things are probably gonna happen, bro. Holy shit. Funny enough, one thing about flat earth that bothers me to this day is like, well, in the dream world you can do whatever you want, so you can just fly up and see if the earth is flat or not. The problem with that is that the dream world will probably just gonna trick you and show the round earth, because from space, from a very, very high distance, you would want to like see the earth in this holistic form instead of like flatness. But a holistic form, you must understand and paint this mental image, and maybe it will help you to get there, basically, to this like space adventure. There's like a circle where people live, and it's surrounded by ice and probably just endless ice. That's all you need to mentally picture yourself. When you're flying into space, you're going to see this circle in a holistic form. In fact, around Earth doesn't actually show the whole human, embodiment, the whole human civilization. It only shows half of it. If I bring up a picture of a ball, you only get to see one side of the ball. There's also the dark side, just like the moon has its front and the back, and you can only see the front. Funny enough, like, how does the moon work? Why is the moon same size as the sun? There's no coincidences in life. You have to learn that. The funny thing is, the flat earth potentially helps you realize that there's no coincidences in life, that everything is there for a reason and looks coincidental for an actual reason and creates eclipses for a goddamn reason. You don't have to dive into science and know exactly what's going on. You just need to know that coincidences are not that likely to occur, that everything deals with the domino effect, karmic effects, all sorts of weird things that if you don't pay attention, they happen. Like, domino effects can be stopped very easily, and karmic effects don't really happen if you take the consequences immediately through your feelings, right? It's very interesting stuff. Discord is actually like glitching up for me. It takes a little bit of time to load the ability to like edit things. what I can do potentially is like reset Discord, and it should be faster. It's always a hustle or a hassle. I don't know. I think hassle. And with yeah, like that, it's so fucking weird, man. I'll say hassle, whatever. So yeah. All right, here it is. So you can break the chains of dominoes, and karma can't touch you if you care. If you truly care about things that are happening around you, and you're not overly consumed by something that potentially doesn't matter. So there's some fucking dude talking outside. Anyone who even reaches you, I live in a very quiet place, so I'm soaking in even when someone speaks outside, when someone says something, I'm soaked in. I'm very basic. I'm living in a luxury, almost like in a castle. It's just there's a lot of shit around me. And potentially children are also going to be a nuisance. But they're not actually like playing outside and creating a lot of noise. They have their own places, basically. It's kind of funny that technology makes a lot of things better, including the fact that children don't play outside. Fuck you, children. I don't want to hear giggling and laughing. Get the fuck out of here, alright? Human trafficking is what I'm gonna say to these children all the time. So it better happen more often if they play outside. Get the fuck out of here. Or play outside and be loud about it. Alright, when I played outside, I was venturing into like wilderness of, my place. I think most children do that. They go to wilderness to explore or whatnot. Because they're like fearless. I wouldn't do that now that I'm adult. I wouldn't go to wilderness unless I really trust a person. Now things are heavy, alright? It's funny enough. As a child, like you willing to explore and ingrain into your memory certain places that you don't want to go anymore. It's kind of interesting. But when you do go, it's like nostalgia, recollecting nostalgia. For me, I want to like get more of a city life, a town life. So I walk around town because I want to go grocery shopping and I want to just meet as many people as possible. That's another thing that children try to avoid, is meeting people. It has nothing to do with medication, right? But from a very young age, you can be indoctrinated into this belief that medication is like fine. And for me, like it doesn't do anything until it started doing very crazy things when I applied the principle of cold turkeying, so I got very scared. And I don't do that anymore. Because now I just take one pill and just fucking start tripping. And then slipping into sleep, very deep sleep, and I sleep for like 11 hours. It's so unusual stuff. Or I sleep in the moment when I haven't finished my day. The day is not over, but I'm so tired. And it's really terrifying, because, like, I don't deserve this. I'm a normal human being. Like, yes, you can disagree with that if you don't like me, but you have to be able to actually test, alright? I want you to properly test if I am normal. In normal circumstances. The reason why I say that is because I live in the shadows, so I can't be normal. I cannot appear normal. I cannot be liked. Alright? I live in shadows. I'm sorry, bro. Even when I make YouTube videos, I can't show my face. I can't show anything because it's just not convenient for me. Alright? I'm not just trying to be anonymous. It's just not convenient. Alright? I would do that in a heartbeat. I want views. I want attention. It's completely fine for me. It doesn't matter where it comes from and what people say about me. It doesn't bother me. But now I have to live with the fact that maybe it's not a coincidence. Now it gets tougher to actually escape shadows a little bit. But you don't really need my face at all. You must understand. You also have to train yourself to actually detect good people just based on what they say. So it's a very good relationship we can have, right? And it's scary because now AI can generate faces very easily, and you can be fooled by a face. So, it gets pretty weird, dude. Also, I don't know why I losing voice. This is something weird. I'll drink something hot, maybe. Reset, take a break. But yeah, the idea is like dealing with AI. AI can fake anything and trick you. The more things it shows you, it will trick you a lot faster. But the things people say, the intentions, is how you can detect whether it's an AI or not. If things make sense, and if there's AI detected, if there's fakery detected in your YouTube channel, well, you're gonna get a strike. A strike that it's a new form of strike, new form of enforcement on YouTube that we don't encourage. We heavily discourage AI being used on your videos, unless it's for artistic purposes only. Artistic, maybe educational, that sort of stuff. You can stack on top of that platform, but you cannot deal with. It's just for flavor. If AI is just done for flavor, but if it creates a narrative of any kind, doesn't even matter because it's all fake. So it doesn't matter. By definition, it doesn't matter. Your narrative doesn't matter. So it all goes to, trash pile. Also, back in the day, I actually revealed my face, just if you want to know. The young version of me. That's cool. I'm cool with that. It's a big deal, actually, like, that I'm, like, genuinely not trying to scrape my face off the internet. And, like, that's the most important thing against defense against AI. Defense against AI is history. Checking their history that they did something. So if you have revealed your face back in the day, well, you have something to prove yourself with. You have an identity. You can prove yourself, or, robots still don't exist, so you can just go outside and meet people and film yourself with those people. It's very difficult to fake that because, something happened and you will always remember it potentially, right? But it's still weird. It still gets really weird. So we're again in between of dream world and medication type of topic here. I'll take a break because it's hour number 2 and it seems like I can improve my voice by drinking something, I guess. Yeah, I'm doing Rebecca Black stuff for the break, but there's still something about it. It's just a reminder that, again, your relationship with doctor should be cold-hearted. All right, all the doctor wants to do is just do his job and not be attacked, basically. So anytime he attacks you, you either have to create silence or actually bounce the ball back and say that whatever you're trying to say against me, because what a doctor I just sit down and it's like he's starting to pick on me and my flaw, trying to find flaws within me, trying to make me talk. Why are you not talking? Why are you dressed a certain way? What's going on? But the most recent visit was just complete silence. I just sit down, they just prescribe me, and I go. That's it. I'm not saying it's a good thing, is just we zeroed out the negativity. We can now build on top of that a little bit, but I'm probably not going to focus on my doctor because I don't care. It would be too hurtful if I did that. I can wrecking ball anyone's life if I tried, if I genuinely wanted to. So, should be cold-hearted. For me, I was able to zero out the negative relationship with a bunch of expectations. Like, obviously, there's a lot of expectations before the court hearing as well, until you get a mild attention. We just need to take care of your medication, whatnot, not to cause any problem. And that's, you're still hooked onto with your doctor, and you will have this relationship forever and ever. This is why I can't zero out forever. I have to say, and wiggle out and say, I kind of want to go now. I kind of want to go, and it's gonna upset him and whatnot, but all his garbage is gonna bounce back to him and only amplify my message that you can't keep me forever in this weird ass forced relationship. Nothing can be forced. I have to basically teach my doctor that stupid idea that I can't just make a mistake and a mistake just follows me for the rest of my life. Fuck you, alright? There's always a way to cut off that. And my mom is fucking making noises, obviously. 1 second. So basically, you know, it is the subject. My mom is the subject of all this. And making noises annoying is what she does. Calling on a phone, just making random bodily noises. Sometimes just forces out like, you know, just disgusting. Then there's running water. Fuck me, bro. I know I'm annoying by sitting here, but I have no options. You know, I can't just go out and talk to people. That would be weird for me personally, because I have to keep working on these problems. The problems just overflowed on me. And if you're like reasonable, I don't bother. Like, she can listen to radio, just I tune that out very quickly, but everything else just feels like super annoying. But like, now I have to take the dial into my hands, which is a very difficult thing. Mom is quite a beast to try and control. And medication kind of does that for me, right? It feels like, you know, and whatever feels like, even the placebo effect works in that sense, and she constantly reminds people on the phone, just one person technically, I guess the other person online can roleplay as anything at this point, but she just constantly reminds the idea that she takes pills because it's easier to go to sleep that way. What, otherwise you're just gonna immediately suffer from insomnia or something? And even then, I don't care. Insomnia is not some crazy thing. As long as you experience it in your home, you don't walk around, because that it gets scary very quickly and stupid, and you can get in trouble for it. So, yeah. And when things gonna get weird, I will just say, well, you have to drink medication right now. And in that specific moment, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna set up a rule or anything. I can just naturally, you know, control this nonsense and see what happens myself. So it is quite a thing to try and open up, but you also have to question yourself, what do you want in a person? So I myself, I feel like I've solved the problem. I don't think medication is bullshit to me personally, but there's still stuff around me, basically, that I have to deal with. And whenever I take medication, it just knocks me out and into the dream world, which is also causing a lot of problems. If people start expecting me to be weak and just unable to, like, cut off my nightmares whenever I feel like it. You know, that's also something that technically happens to working class people, like, but they get so exhausted that they're just gonna cut off all the bad relationships in the dreams. They're just gonna kick their ass, basically. If you're a working person, you can kick ass. Unless your work is in like an office, then yeah, consider having nightmares. A lot of nightmares. I don't know how you can program what is it? Terminator? A Terminator robot? Are you gonna make one of those? By being in an office? Technically being organized and doing all these things. But I will need to train more and more. So I build up this number right here, which comes from combat. Literally fighting imaginary demons is what I'll be doing more and more as my body gets, more comfortable with movements and getting angry and not being afraid to be physical about it. This is something I have to train very recently. It's added to my schedule, let's put it that way. Very, very intense schedule is what YouTube CEO has to deal with every single day, guys. So the reason I started speculating why is it happening, I think my brain has healed and any sort of damage is gonna, knock me down and put me to sleep so I can heal really fast the broken things that medication was trying to do. I don't know what medication was trying to do exactly. It tastes horrible. Alright, I don't want to lick it. So I would have to mix it with a drink or something if I want to experience another hit from medication, if it would even work that way. But yeah, imagine being forced fed all this crap. In the end of the hospital experience, it was 1 year basically. After 1 year of hospitalization, guess what happened? They started giving me injections, and then I was barely, well, not really barely functional. I had terrifying anxiety attacks, some weird shit, some weird physical shit. If we had anxiety, we have to see the world physical, because I couldn't control my eye movement just going up, and it felt crazy. How am I? It's like possession, right? Demonic possession makes your eyes roll back. That was how I felt. But I couldn't control it, It's fun and dandy when you can control it, but that was fucking crazy, bro. And I had to complain to nurses of what's going on, give me some medication, give me more injections. Of course that's gonna help me. That's a little bit of a stupid thing to assume to yourself, and it's a stupid thing to ask of well, we can help you. We're just gonna give you more injections. It's wow, medication versus medication, am I right? Holy shit. But I'll take that. Alright? I'll take that. The thing is, I have to show willingness, because I would be still receiving injections. If it didn't cause damage, then it would cause even more damage. Luckily for me, injections caused damage. Uncontrollable damage. Luckily for me. Unfortunately for them, it's criminal offense. A lot of people gonna go to jail for it. I will declare war the moment I have military. I will declare war on these people. I have 10 military dudes who are in their 20s. Still war! Still bombs gonna blow up! My friends, for this bullshit. Because luckily, guys, yes, my favorite thing, luckily. For fuck's sake. And so luckily, I know, I love, coincidences, because coincidences don't happen, but still, why? Why is this a thing, right? Why are we gambling this shit? Not good gamble. Not very good gamble, I would say. So, they didn't explain why injections were even necessary, why they were faded in. Basically, for the, to handle my freedom, the things I do in freedom. Somehow I will have to magically unlock myself from those injections. Come on, man. What the fuck are we talking about? This is nasty stuff. every month, me hope not every week. That would be weird. I think every month, yeah, every month I would get an injection. But the funny thing is, uh, you know, it dealt uncontrollable damage. Even after arriving home, no injections, nothing. I was still tripping for like 3 months or something. It's so painful to get that physical anxiety because uh, it just messes you up. And now the question is like, okay, you doctors, full of doctors, nurses, you messed me up. How did that work? How did that work, man? You don't heal, you mess me up. All right, let's see how you like that. Let's see. I'm gonna be a doctor too. Let's fucking go, bitch! Your bones are not meant to be in your body anymore, bitch! I'll take a few of those bones. They're useless to you, but they're useful to me, man. And you're gonna be healed. Your bones are, they might crack in your body and will cause a lot of internal bleeding, so we have to take them out, out of your body. Usually that means just amputation, alright? I would say beheading is the best way to go. Go for it, Why not play Skyrim in the proper way, where you get beheaded? The first cutscene you see, you just get beheaded. That's it. Fucking idiots. And well, luckily, I was able to communicate that I'm in pain, that something's causing me pain. Probably injections, because it's the most lethal thing in the arsenal that they are giving me, what was that? Like, I get 1 pill and 1 injection. So yeah, which one, I wonder? Is it the pill or injection? Should be dialed down. You never know, man. But the doctor was like still juggling around. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Maybe we should take. I can't really take both. You have to have medication for sure. This doesn't. Well, injection isn't like. It's still juggling around the fucking. Oh my god. What are you playing around with, doctor? What kind of thoughts do you have? You should have not leaked your doubts. That would be weird. You should know exactly what to do. But the idea that you cannot put me in zero medication situation, you can't. Oh, that's a tough one, right? That's a tough one right there. Because, they probably don't want me to have this behavior of, screaming and doing that. Because I wouldn't have time. I would be sleeping and vomiting in my own mouth. Yes. Regurgitating. Yes. The stuff that's inside me until I die, basically. From boredom. Fuck this shit, bro. You want me to do that? What about cutting your head off because it's useless? That sounds better for society. What the fuck is that? Consider that. It's not a threat. It's just a very good offer that you shouldn't talk about with other people. Because it's just for you personally. All the doctors, man, have to feel that shit. For not being able to heal people, just deal damage. And all across the world they're being hated now. More and more doctors are losing reputation like it's Tesla stock. Holy shit, man. Yeah, these doctors don't care if it's necessary or unnecessary. They're not going to explain you anything. They're not going to truly answer your questions. They're there. They're there for, fluffy fluffs. If you say something wrong, you get jailed for longer. There's no right thing you can do. There's only wrong things you can do, clearly. All right? You fail a test. You're just feeding them reasons, basically, to hate on you and to keep you longer trapped in that system. Because I was clueless, because I was a virgin little boy, innocent little boy, I was able to go free. I wouldn't be able to go free anymore, which is why I have to fight tooth and nail so that doesn't happen. Because otherwise, I will just go berserk. Berserk mode. Any opportunity I have to take a brick out of their wall is gonna happen. But I don't wanna live in that fucking fear. I don't wanna live in those 4 walls where nothing really happens. Where you can just make more enemies and not friends. It's scary, bro. It is absolutely insane. The people that they're crafting, Before and after prison, do anyone get, you know, do anyone improve? No. The criminals get more criminal. The society is basically being broken down by a broken system that cannot actually, you know, satisfy the needs of a criminal. It's not that difficult. Actually, like I've seen a TikTok that shows criminals bonding with kittens, with cats. And they're doing very well because like it's quite a bonding thing. It's like a living creature that they have to take care of, or it will die and will hurt them. It's just the most simplest thing, you know. And you can imagine like a criminal going out with a cat and kind of living in his own bubble. But the moment you touch his cat and mistreat his cat, he would get like really upset, just knock you out. They don't care about following rules, but they care about that kitty, you know, that they have to take care of. And you can improve that, but starting with pets, like, it's a miraculous idea. Miraculous. Yeah. Instead of demons, we're gonna call them doctors. Oh my god, I can't wait. Can't wait for that to happen. Tesla stock is going down, but doctors gonna be called demons. Holy shit. How did that flip upside down? And Chinese people gonna be like, oh, can't be doctor now. I don't know if I want to be lawyer. I don't want to be a demon though. That would be bad. What can I do? Give me kebabi, Mr. Chinese man. Figure out how to make cheap kebab. That's all we need, man. We need more Chinese people around here, but to build businesses and stuff. So we get cheap stuff, man. Yeah, food. Cheap food. Chinese food. Come here. Give me Chinese food. Thank you very much. I don't know Chinese, though. I can't communicate, but Chinese food, you understand. Food. Mouth. Put in mouth. Stuff in mouth. Big stuff. Okay? Juicy, big stuff. In your mouth. Just like Alice Gold says, I love Chinese food. Give me businesses. Alright? Cheap. Cheap, man. Let's go. So yeah. No need for doctors, okay? You're gonna be paid with love and passion, okay? Which is called the numbers. Look at that. I opened the bank. I'm gonna pay you guys with, look how much money I have. This is what you can earn in a year, bro. All these different things, you can combine them into like 100,000 salary. You must understand Chinese. Don't panic. You get money, good money. You know, social system. You know, like that social number system, whatever. You have it. You understand. Okay. This is it. Not only you get good points, but if you get good money, everyone likes you. It's very good. Good Chinese, man. Alright, we tamed Chinese. Let's go. What else do we tame? What else do we do? I mean, we could talk about Russia and the India thing, but I don't know. India is like the biggest prison of all time, and Russia is like the biggest wilderness of all time. It's not really a prison, it's wilderness. It's kind of interesting as well. But the problem is, now that we have put this into perspective, I'm gonna give it a star. Because the greatest medication of all time is watching my videos and me contemplating on things and speculating. Because this is it, man. This is next level Russian India identification. It's like, wow. Biggest wilderness and biggest prison. Holy shit. That means T-Series is about prisoners actually compiling really good material that everyone likes. Within the prison, obviously. We also have to accept it as society. And the biggest wilderness, well, it contains the biggest beasts of all time. Like, really tough people. Tough to crack, tough to understand. They have big dreams as well, you can imagine. Like, damn, that's some crazy shit. And some of them got, sacrificed for the sake of attention, because Russia can just do that. They lived in the wilderness. Don't be sorry about Russian people who have died in the war. They were just sacrificed, and Ukraine was, a scapegoat to a sacrificial volcano, basically, that also sacrificed a bunch of people who like war or whatever, who wanted to support Ukraine for a little bit too much. I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not gonna go out there. I have a life, guys. I have a life, my friend. But it definitely was a black hole event, and it's coming to a close. But 6 more months, I'm still like contemplating what the fuck is going on. But I'm figuring things out, as you can see. It's gonna be quite a closing moment. It's gonna be quite a YouTube rewind moment as well. I will have to compile so many things from the past. It's going to be quite a process that I will still document about, no problem. Alright. So, this is a tough one. We have to continue, It's a very tough thing we have to do. Let's read this. Yeah, anytime Discord glitches out, I'll have to just restart it, because it makes no sense. I don't know if I want to organize immediately. It feels like it would be nice, but let's just skim through. If I'm not doing a remix, it's not really relevant, I guess.
Different and very overwhelming.
What is overwhelming is that every single person in these videos, maybe even including Red and Link, are like YouTube criminals. Even Leah is like in the gang. This is fucking weird. Fucking criminals. Oh my, new idea for a video. Let's go. There's so many ideas I want to do. It's so cool. So cool to actually have knowledge. Then you bleed out ideas. That's how many I have. Like, bleeding from the nose and all other areas is just like a normal thing I have to do, or I will die. Alright, that's why my videos suck, because like I have so many ideas I want to do, it's crazy. And I want other people to pick up on that vibe and like steal my ideas. I want that to happen. Alright, you must understand. Everything you steal is copyrighted though. I will say hi to you. Prepare yourself for ultimate glory or whatever. I will say hi. It's terrifying, though. Terrifying. I will say either hi, keep up the good work, or hi, work harder, you piece of shit. That's all I can say. Alright. 2 options. I don't really have an option saying, stop stealing my content because I'm a little baby. I don't have that one. That one sucks. Instead of stealing, I'm gonna say loot. So I have a good chance of finding out the criminal, alright? I still need to know who you are, so I can say hi, Otherwise it gets very difficult, and I will have to say, where are you? And what are you doing in the box? And how long are you going to be in that box? Are you a Schrodinger's cat? Are you dead or alive? I will ask. I will start asking questions that you might not want to handle. But it is what it is. I will just try to say hi. But if you don't let me, that's another vampirism rule of like, if you don't let me, things gonna escalate, man. I'm in a gang now. Oh my god. This is some wild ride. Holy shit. I still haven't even done my job, so potentially I do have to make medication is bullshit level 2 because I haven't even done the thing, which is review the content. We have 30 minutes to do this. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, not only you're put into a confined space with nothing to do, like you will have evil thoughts. You will want to retaliate somehow until you're just completely numbed out. But in my case, it gets even worse because I have weapons of mass destruction. How are you gonna stop me from clicking buttons, my friends? How are you gonna neutralize my superpowers? Is the real question. It's literally impossible. It's just the endless suffering that I will be able to offload onto those other people for trying to attack me, basically, and harm me, because, again, doctor is not supposed to result into restraining you until the only thing you can do is basically nothing, where you're just locked in a box, deep underground, 200 feet underground, and you only get food. It's like, what? You just reinvented torture? Hello? Do I deserve that? Is that the restrainment that is necessary? If I have a lot of power, I have the right to abuse it, unfortunately. I just have the right. Otherwise, you'll die and you'll give me your powers too. No problem. Yeah. It seems like everyone's gonna have this projection of like Leah is like an innocent little angel, but we know better now. We know better. Looking back in history, every single person turned into a fucking criminal. Maybe Boxy can be saved because she looks fucking cute and Leah already was saved. Alright. Katie Vane. Katie? I can't find her. She's not on the list. I never added her, but I checked her stuff a little bit. Yeah, Katie gotta go. No. She's trying to run away. I mean, I guess we're gonna let her. Unless there's something suspicious going on. See, I have my criminals to catch. I don't have time to be imprisoned. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah, if you love your life and you're a busy person full of life, even pills gonna steal your time and turn into torture. Alright? You must understand that. And so now we're gonna ask Taylor. Sparkling Heart. What does she think about pills and medication or whatever? Soon you'll get better, don't blame me. Death by 1,000 cuts. Oh my god. Which one, bro? No body, no crime. Okay. That's a dark one that I didn't watch. Let's go, baby. Oh boy. I literally can't even rewind the previous part because so much accumulated that I'm not bored about. I'm not repeating any of my moves. Will never be repeated. I guess Ariana Grande opening, chess opening, is to never repeat the same opening. Just never ever. Just use all the openings imaginable. You know. That is the Ariana Grande open. Let's go, baby.
Mistress moved in.
Oh my god. Taylor, can you stop snitching? Yeah, we know you're police officer. When you get drunk or whatever. For fuck's sake, man. I don't think this is the song. But the idea is pretty interesting, right? No body, no crime. No one knows. No one feels, basically. So nothing feels suspicious. With medication, like... The funny thing is about medication... You'll never know what you gonna get. Alright? What kind of pills are you gonna get? Who has the power to swap the pills real quick? Because you're a bad person. You know, you never know which kind of box of chocolate you're gonna get. Alright? Where's the poison? Which one is poison or which one is not? Because you're gonna go to pharmacy, talk to a person that gets to decide your fate, basically. Fate, you know. And they might not like you, so they're gonna give you a bad box. And if you don't die, now they're gonna get suspicious of like, And you have to fight back against this bullshit. It's fucking crazy, man. You didn't die! Oh, yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, wow. Super cool stuff. Poisoned seeds. Not apple. Not apple. Again, medication is more like seeds and not, you know, stuff you can eat. When we're talking about difference between an apple and a medication, you don't eat the seeds. That's the fucking difference! Isn't that crazy? So, I could just say, I have lost my ego, my body's everywhere, so I put medication into the ground, you know. Maybe I call my body ground, who knows, but I just put it in the ground, just water it, obviously like drink water, drink a lot of water, water it, and maybe something will grow out of it, because it looks like a seed to me. So I put it in the ground and water, and hopefully we get a tree. All right? If it doesn't happen, if the soil gets spoiled, because I will also grow other things next to that weird seed that you gave me, you know. You can try that experiment. I'm not going to try. It's just, I have too many things to do. All right? Too many things to trip about. And I don't take drugs. All right? I'm not a drug addict. And don't confuse me. Don't confuse medication takers with drug addicts, but it's very easy to confuse because they're one and the same, you know. But there's people who say they take drugs, but they don't actually take drugs. They're just tripping all the time, like myself. I can relate to those people. Let's go, baby. I take drugs, but I have none of them in my possessions. Let's put it this way. You know, I love that part. And you know why police wants to find drugs? Because they like drugs. Obviously, whoever wants it the most really likes it so much. It's not about the criminal, because policemen don't focus on the criminals. Policemen focus on whether people want a person to be imprisoned, so they're just gonna go with the gut feeling of like, oh, people are cheering me on, I'm just gonna handcuff this person. That sort of stuff, like peer pressure, they're just gonna come in and imprison a person based on that metric. And also, yeah, they just want the drugs. They don't focus on the criminals themselves because they don't want to be affected, you know, by anything they say. So they're always going to be suspicious and more suspicious if you try to talk to them, because that's weird to them. You know, it's a weird one to them. It's crazy. The life is crazy, so I'm like, you have to take medication to not experience life because it's too crazy, guys. But I would never say that, because that's also very crazy to dive into bullshit and expect to live a normal life. Good luck with that. You have to make a choice. Do you take a pill or take a, what's that? There's something bleeding on my hand. It's not a pill. You just either you take it or not take it. That's the difference. Not taking any pills, not taking any supplements, and looking at my bloody hands, impersonating a red pill. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Which one do you choose? You have to choose freedom most of the time. Choose whatever you actually care about. Never be peer pressured or to do anything. But yeah, red pill does not even exist. Funny enough. And I don't even know how to compile all these thoughts into words. Let's try. Which kind of puts another whole layer on top of Matrix movies, right? The idea that a red pill somehow is going to give you freedom, but it just actually throws you into the Matrix instead of setting you free. It throws you into a whole nother dimension that's way worse, because you feel like you're just waking up, and there's all these conspiracies, and that's what red pill usually represents. You're gonna be thrown in a conspiracy world, and people are gonna treat you as you just woke up, and you have been unhooked from a lot of nasty things, basically. They're gonna treat you that way. Matrix is like fucking genius movie. This is crazy stuff. Holy shit. It's about a reason to avoid conspiracy theorists. But let's do the thing. Police tries to not focus on criminals, just the outside stuff, and if they have drugs, because they need drugs, alright? Do you have drugs? Policemen will come up to you, do you have drugs? You say no, but I always am on drugs, you know? Maybe look below you, I don't know. I'm on drugs right now. I breathe in, breathe out. That's drugs to me, man. I'm always high. Higher than you, my friend. Because you can't see me, man. You can't see me. I'm a criminal, but you can't see me. It's the funniest thing. Every single policeman is like blind. They only smell drugs. Like, where's that? I need to train my dog to smell drugs too, man. Where is it? Where is it? Doggy, smell those drugs. We need to find it. Holy shit, bro. Chill. At least after you find drugs, you can chill, bro. It's not a big deal. Because you also must understand, police also has guns. So with drugs, they can potentially get superpowers and be able to actually use guns and kill whoever they want. You know, it's the hidden desire. You know. Ah, yes, the hidden desire to kill whoever, whenever. You know. Oh, someone is not useful anymore. I'm on drugs. Pew pew. Let's shoot a white person so there's no outrage and nothing happens to me. Wow! They're slowly getting that superpower, and the funny thing is, they don't know what they're doing, so they're just gonna explode as well into pieces, shatter their egos really fast, because, you know, I can make guns come alive, you know. Drones, it's called. Like, the funny thing is, you never know when the drone gets hacked or not. You just never know. It will start shooting at you and just don't know what's going on. So that's it. That's the end game for police. Oh, I love this. Collapse of the trading centers, it feels like. That's how big it is. I didn't take medication for so long. That's the vibe. But don't you believe for a second, I take medication every day. Every day, my friends. Not the red pills. Red pills are fucking garbage, though. Fuck that shit. But pills in general, man. Because sleeping is great for my health. You know, I can't really control my sleep, my dreams, so I guess it's very good. Yeah. Reminder. You can't control dreams no matter how hard you try or hack your dreams. Because the funny thing is, the dream will gonna give you, oh, you wanted that thing that makes you lucid? Alright, what are you gonna do, fly? Now you lost. Now what are you gonna do, just destroy everything? With what superpower? The dream will start asking you questions like a little bitch. It's like, what are you gonna do? Is that what you want? That's the dream world. It's very difficult. It feels like a soul trap, but probably we're gonna talk about it later. The soul trap idea. But it is what it is. Just don't get sucked into this world, which can be summoned through medication. Medication probably doesn't do much more than that. I haven't seen people do much more than that, than just sleep very, very long periods of time. And especially, kind of just get locked in their beds and can't do anything. Like, that's the vibe that I can't understand. Is this terrifying? And to me, from my perspective, like, I only spent 1 year, but there's people who spent countless years. And slowly they become less and less active, and it's painful to look at. So, less and less active, it's terrifying. They get stuck in their little cell. And they also have to, like, protect their items and all that shit. Like, this gets scary very quickly. Like, that sort of lifestyle that I escaped, it's literally an escape. It's the craziest thing. Oh. Again, I would go back. My intentions would be just to destroy it. Because I would never go back willingly, you know? No way, bro. No way, Jose. Technically, while you're going back, while you're doing the trip, you can try and convince police officers to, like, release you into the wilderness. That is also a question of, like, well, I'm in the wild. But, of course, like, there's no way you can convince them to do that, right? So it's like a stupid idea. But wilderness is wilderness, you know? They could replace it with a different person. They don't know who I am. Someone else could just take the place. They need documents technically, but they still don't know who I am. They can just forge it. You know, everything can be swapped, like Indiana Jones style. But it's still the stupidest dream you could ever have, to escape a moving car where, again, police doesn't see you, but they can sort of hear your intentions and they will act out those intentions. Because they're very good actors, absolutely. But, yeah. Maybe you can escape a police car. Also known as miracle only Jesus can do, you know. Jesus can walk on water and create wine out of water. But can he escape a police car is the question, you know. It's a very modern thing, you know, we made police cars. So the question is, can Jesus escape? Can the most holiest of holy person escape a police car? That is a test that we actually have to do every now and then. And we also have to just give holiest of people medication just to see what happens. Like, the real question is, like, how do they test medication, isn't it? That is the question that we haven't answered, because it's not meant to be answered. It's supposed to be a conspiracy against us that is happening because we don't have the proper answer of, like, what would happen if a holy person, if a person we truly admire receives medication. Will they get damaged, or nothing will happen, which is still not good, because medication is supposed to do something, right? It's supposed to do something. But it's like, oh, we're only going to give medication for bad people. Well, that's not how you treat bad people. The way you treat bad people is you make them better, not worse. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You make me worse? If I want to stab you, you cut my hands off? You know, I will start thinking of how to stab you with my something else. You know, something else I will stab you with. Oh, do you have to cut off my dick too? Perhaps. Yeah, like, this is gonna get crazy. Yeah, Stabalicious Orange, let's go. Stab, 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 knife. Knife! Oh, I can't stab you, I don't have hands. I'm just an orange. Knife! And knife just spawns out of nowhere because Orange really wants to stab people. That's why he's so funny and annoying at the same time. I don't have hands. I wish I could stab you, though, if I had hands. Oh my god, that's so funny. Orange gets some points. Take that shit. Shove right in there. Alright, get out of here. Holy shit. Okay, that's fun. Police get some points, that's fine. I'm not gonna show you who gets points, who gets to take a piece of a pie, but, you know, is what it is. We tripping. We're definitely tripping right now. So, to make him worse. Now, also when I said tripping, I started tripping about, like, what would happen if I just had a flock of sheep that I have to herd, like also a sane person. But yeah, if you want to test medication, see what it does to good, healthy people. You know, if it doesn't do anything, at least it's a placebo effect. You can say to certain people, like, it does crazy things. It's not going to be true, though, so you have to say the crazy things in a way that's still believable, because you're lying, and people can detect lies. But it is what it is, man. Why medication either does nothing or does something horrible is a question, right? That I started with. This was my starting point of, like, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Why do I need this? This is unbelievable. Does nothing or something horrible. And the only other thing is, like, well, sleep. Sleep is the only thing. When I talk to a doctor, it's like, do you sleep well? Fuck you, piece of shit. I will sleep on your fucking face, man. Holy shit, man. I will make you sleep forever. Alright, doctor. Do you sleep well? Not as good as you. That's eternal sleep. You'll get, you know, and that one I can bring you eternal sleep. You won't even have to ask a question if I sleep well. That's how confident I'm gonna be, you know? Holy shit, I'm gonna be sleeping well. Oh my god. Not as good as you though. Holy shit. I pity dead people for sleeping so very well. Oh my god. I wonder if they want to wake up or not. Wait, is Europe not burning corpses because they want to create a zombie apocalypse eventually with all these dead people? I mean, AI could just revive people potentially, right? Maybe that's what's going on. There was a hope. The cryogenically frozen people, fuck that shit. Let's think about them corpses, man. Let's think about them skeletons. There's some information in the bones. I mean, we're gonna start grave robbing soon, I think. See what speculation does to me? Alright? And it's like, I don't care. I just don't want to be bored. I will be bored everywhere. With medication, I would be bored even more, because like I wouldn't be able to make videos that easily. Intense medication, man. That knocks me out. Like, what? I don't want to sleep this much. Fuck that shit, bro. But yeah, until you show me what a good healthy person does when he receives medication, if it damages his body, like, why do I have to take that? What do I do? How do I repay for my crimes without being tortured forever, eternally? You know, have I died? Died? So who murdered? I'll take revenge. Hopefully I still exist and my punches still hit very hard. Well, let's see, you know, let's test our powers against the person that killed me, apparently. The fuck is this shit, you know? So we literally can't do anything. I'll just queue in. I'll just take a random bite of my medication. Here's what I take every day, and let's go, baby. If I can, if I have enough time. Otherwise, I just pretend. You just need to remember your own birthday and respect invitations. Memorize. This is after my birthday, by the way. 2 days after. Memorizing other people's birthdays is giving up a lot of real estate. The way I would do it right now, I would like invite people to the birthdays. That's the best way. Respect invitations. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. See, just need to remember your own birthday and respect invitations. That's perfect. All right, so you don't need to do that one. Instead of, let's put it this way, right? So, a lot of people trying to, like, keep track of birthdays, that's kind of bullshit. Maybe you can keep track of, like, 2, your loved one, and yourself, it's completely fine then. And the rest is just invitations. Not, you give invitations to special people that you need in that particular moment that you come up with a special rule that to invite a special type of people. You don't have to invite every single one. Especially if they're not available, right? You just poke them, do you want to be in my birthday? Just sometimes random people can fit in. It's based on the theme of the birthday, right? So that's the whole point. And everyone else who wants to be invited can potentially squeeze themselves in. But, and we're technically transitioning into Ariana Grande birthday. That's a very nice cookie to actually, or candy to find right now. We're transitioning into that. I actually cut off the cookies because, like, those are a little bit too big for me right now. I'm a small person. I'm okay with candy. So yeah, you give invitations, and when you receive invitations, you have to respect, like, this is a great opportunity. Like, that is quite an event. You have to ask a few questions, obviously, if you're interested in that thing. but you don't want to go, right? You're interested, but you don't want to go. And until you get convinced, that's a full invitation. Convincing a person to actually come. That's it. Yeah, come. Yeah, that's 34 plus 35. Get the fuck out of here. Thank you guys for watching. 7 rings and stuff.